Hi everyone. I guess about 6 weeks ago, I got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Today we are flying out of we call it Rolfe International. So this is a little grass strip airport near Deep River, Ontario, right on it's on the edge of the Ottawa River. Deep River itself, pretty cool little town. Used to be Atomic Energy of Canada. Flying the Cessna 150 today. I am not an expert pilot, so I know there's actually a 150 that flies out of this airport. Apologies to people who actually know what they're doing. But we're taking off now, basically to the west, heading towards North Bay. Deep River is between Ottawa and North Bay on the Trans-Canada Highway on Highway 17. And you can actually just see it just a bit to the left. You can see cars going by. That's Highway 17. That's the Trans-Canada heads up to North Bay. I've got the little VFR map up on the top left-hand corner. You can see where the aircraft is. Getting my flaps up. We're heading north. You can see the Ottawa River, and we're making a right turn now over the Ottawa River. The Ottawa River is an absolutely spectacular river. I'm always surprised it's not more famous. At Deep River, you'll see it up ahead as we turn around. It's about a mile and a quarter wide, and it's actually been one of the amazing things that I've really enjoyed about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the ability to fly around and look at areas like the Ottawa River. So yeah, this is us right now flying west, as I say, towards North Bay, and we're about to make a turn and head north over the Ottawa, and we'll fly back towards Deep River, which is a town of about, when I grew up here, it was 5,600 people, and I think now it's around 4,000, 5,000 people. But a pretty cool place, bunch of very close to Petawawa, which is just, as we keep turning, is just further downriver from us. Petawawa is, believe the largest army base in Canada, and then it's also the home of a bunch of engineers and nuclear scientists who work for CNL, Canadian Nuclear Labs. So here's the Ottawa River is now heading down towards Ottawa on the Ottawa River. So heading east, as I say, it's quite spectacular. The small mountain on the left that you can see just off the nose is Mount Martin. People from Deep River cross the river all the time and climb up Mount Martin. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Going a bit earlier in the day now, I've left the airport markers on so you can see the airport, and that way I can find my way. I can find my way back. I'm learning how to use Flight Simulator, so I apologize for jerking around a bit here on it, but I find it really, really, really interesting. That's Deep River off to the right, the town of Deep River, and we're literally flying down the middle of the Ottawa River. Some different views of the aircraft. So now this is looking from the nose, from the back. I'm still learning how to use these views, but pretty cool. I can see that I've left my landing lights on, but it's the kind of thing I'm working on. I have successfully flown ILS routes through various, especially in the States, places I used to travel to. There's Deep River, down below the aircraft. If you don't have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, you can actually set the level of detail to different levels. I've got it at medium setting right now, but I still find it just fantastic for looking at scenery and seeing what's going on. It's some other day I'll do a trip. If you live in Deep River, you always wonder what's behind Mount Martin. We're kind of turning over behind it now, but we won't go fully over. Down below, you can see that's for those who live in Deep River. That's Indian Point down below, which leads up to Mount Martin. So that's where people go over White Sand Beach. People head over there in the summertime especially with their houseboats and other boats, and park and play on the beach and climb Mount Martin. So kind of a really, really, really cool spot. So now we're turning more south across the river and back towards Deep River. You can see the airport marker there for the little airport that we left. You can see that I left my landing light on. It's interesting when you do these external views on Flight Simulator. There's a drone view which doesn't have all the instrumentation that you currently see and there's also an external view, and the external view shows all the instrumentation, so you can actually fly the plane from outside the plane if you want. We're now heading back sort of over Deep River, actually back over Highway 17, and we're having some work done on the house, and one of our contractors mentioned the number of lakes that are on the other side of Highway 17. Phenomenal fishing in this area. These lakes are apparently stocked full of fish. I'm not a fisher person, although my contractor has me seriously interested in potentially taking it up, because he's quite enthusiastic about how good the fishing is in this area. I just recently moved back to this area. I grew up here, but I've been back for about the past year, sort of getting resettled. You can see in a little VFR map, you can see we're heading back across the river, and you can see the airport, CPHZ, just up to the left of the map there. So we're gonna make a turn. As you can see, you can flip around and getting the flaps down slightly. Again, apologize to all those real pilots out there. I'm learning. It's amazing what you can learn on YouTube. This program literally took me, don't laugh, we have bad internet, but it took me 3 days to download. But when you see the level of detail and how well it works, it's absolutely incredible. So there's the town of Deep River just below us off the nose, and you can see that little grass strip up ahead is where we're going to come down. I think generally too high, but I believe I can pull this off. Get the flaps out, get the power back. So we're gonna bring the flaps down. Now. I tend to use the cursor, so it pops around a bit. But we're going to try to make our way to that, just to the right of where it says Rolf, that little grass section, that cleared out section. That's the airport. Town of Deep River off to our right, Ottawa River off beside it, and Highway 17, the Trans-Canada Highway, running right to sort of along in front of us. And you follow that up, you head up through Mattawa and up through to North Bay, and from there you can literally head out to Western Canada. If you head the other way, you end up in Ottawa. So here we are coming in for landing. You can see the altitude decreasing just 1,000 feet, and making our way in. I'm down to about airspeed of about 60, so which I think is pretty good. I tend to land a little too fast, but I'm getting better at this on most of the aircraft. Able to set up, kind of cool. I've got a dog. I walk by this area all the time, so it's really one of the wonderful things about this program is the ability to see stuff that you've been around or whatever, and you actually get to see it from the air. And as far as I can tell, it's very, very, very real. You'll see as we come to these buildings, they're not the best done, but again, I have the scenery set at a medium setting as opposed to a high level setting. I'm impressed. I didn't crash, and I was actually able to stop. So that's our flight today out of Deep River. I'm going to record a few more because the scenery is around here is absolutely spectacular. Maybe fly up to Pembroke one day, and maybe get all the way up to Ottawa. But there's a little fly around Deep River.